Hi guys, this is the vet classroom and we are working from the C1 textbook by Pearson on core mathematics. We are doing chapter 1, exercise 1A, and this is question 13 to 18. In our previous videos we have discussed that when we have a term outside of a bracket, this term has to be multiplied into the bracket with each term inside. And for question 13, this is also the case. Please always remember that the term outside, the sign is also considered part of the term. So very, very important thing to remember. So when we rewrite our expression, we start 2 times 3 gives us 6x squared. 2 times 4x will give us plus 8x. And 2 times 5 is plus 10. We now move over to the next one. It is minus 3 will become minus 3x squared. Minus times minus gives us a plus. So it's 3 times 2 is 6x. And minus 3 times minus 3 gives us plus 9. Now we can identify the like terms. We have a plus 6x squared and a minus 3x squared. We have a plus 8x and a plus 6x. And we have a plus 10 and a plus 9. Now in your textbook, they state that you have to write the like terms together. So 6x squared minus 3x squared is the greens together, plus 8x plus 6x is the blue together, and plus 10 plus 9 the pink. We now add and subtract our like terms. 6x minus 3x squared, this will give you 3x squared. Plus 8 plus 6x gives us plus 14x. Plus 10 plus 9 gives us plus 19. Very, very simple and straightforward. We go over to question number 14, which we will treat in the same way. We have our term on the outside. It gets multiplied with each term on the inside. And we have a second term outside of a bracket. It will also be distributed or multiplied into each term inside of the bracket. So we rewrite our expression. 7 times 1 is 7. 7 times minus x squared is minus 7x squared. Plus 3 times plus 2 gives us plus 6. Plus 3 times minus 3x. A plus and a minus will give us minus 9x. Plus 3 times plus 5x squared will give us plus 15x squared. Now we can actually add our like terms or identify our like terms. Here we have a whole number. Here we have another. We have minus 7x squared and we have plus 15x squared. We also have a minus 9x. Okay, now we write our like terms together as per the instructions of the textbook. So 7 plus 6, the green ones together. The blue ones together, minus 7x squared plus 15x squared, and the pink one minus 9x. In this case, we now add them or subtract them. 7 plus 6 will give you 13. Minus 7x squared plus 15x squared will give you plus 8x squared. And the last one, minus 9x. And that is the solution for question number 14. We go over to question number 15. Same process. We have a term outside of a bracket, so it has to be multiplied with each term inside of the bracket. And then we have two additional terms. We rewrite our expression. 4 times a is 4a, plus 4 times b gives you 4b, plus 4 times 3c gives you plus 12c, minus 3a plus 2c. We identify our like terms for a and minus 3a. We have plus 4b, and that's the only 4b, and we have plus 12c plus 2c. We write our like terms together, so it will be 4a minus 3a. It will be plus 4b plus 12c, the pink ones, plus 2c. And now we simplify our expression. So it becomes 4a minus 3a is 1a plus 4b, and plus 12c plus 2c will give us plus 14c. And that is the solution for question number 15. We now move over to question number 16. And once again, similar to question number 13, you have a term outside of a bracket. It gets multiplied with each term inside of the bracket. And we have our second term, minus 3. Please remember, I can't stress this enough, the sign of the term outside the bracket is included. It is part of that term, and it also gets multiplied with both of the terms inside of the bracket. We rewrite our expression. 4 times c gives us 4c plus 12d squared, minus 3 times 2c gives us minus 6c, and minus times a plus gives us minus 3d squared. Now we identify our like terms. We have a 4c and a minus 6c. We also have a plus 12d squared and a minus 3d squared. So only two types of terms. Now I'm going to leave out the second step that I did in each one of these cases, where I grouped the like terms together. And because I'm using these color pens, I know which terms belong to which, and we can simply add and subtract from there. So 4c minus 6c will give us minus 2c, and plus 12 minus 3 will give us plus 9d squared. And that is the solution for question number 16. We now move over to question number 17, and what they've done here is they have placed within the two terms the term over here, minus 3, please. This is where a lot of people make their mistakes, and they go and say 5 minus 3 gives them 2, and then they distribute that into the brackets. Please, this is the term outside the bracket. The 5 is separate from that. So we multiply in with each term inside of your brackets, and now we rewrite our expression. So it is 5 minus 3x squared minus 6x, and a minus gives us a plus 15, and then the term outside of the bracket, plus 3x squared. Now we identify the like terms. 5 and 15, we have our minus 3x squared and our plus 3x squared, and we have our minus 6x. We find our solution. 5 plus 15, that will give us 20, minus 3x squared plus 3x squared, that is 0. They basically cancel each other out, and we are left with the pink one, minus 6x. A very nice solution there. We move over to question number 18, the last of our questions. The same thing happens here, but there is no term in the front here. So we say that is a 1. So it will be 1 multiplied with each one of the terms on the inside, which means we can basically drop the brackets. But over here, we have a minus 1, and this needs to be distributed into our bracket. And this will cause the sign of each one of them to change. So we can rewrite our expression, r squared plus 3t squared plus 9. Now, the minus gets distributed in. So it becomes minus 2r squared minus 3t squared and plus 4. We identify our like terms. We have an r squared there and a minus 2r squared over here. We have a plus 3t squared and a minus 3t squared, and we have a plus 9 and a plus 4. We simplify the expression. R squared minus 2r squared will give us minus 1r squared plus 3t t squared and minus 3t squared, that will cancel out, so the blues are completely off the map, and plus 9 plus 4 will give us plus 13. As easy as that. And this concludes exercise 1A from the AS level C1 textbook.